All right, welcome back, everyone. I just want to, how's everyone doing? Just wanted to ask that. And also, tonight is the Mayweather Pacquiao fight. That's been a really hype fight over the last couple of years. I think we've all been waiting for that one. Granted, I personally feel that maybe they took too long to get to the fight because I don't feel as much hype as I would have, let's say, 2 years ago when they had that whole drug controversy and a few other things. But anyways, I want to know what your guys' picks are for the Pacquiao fight. My personal pick is I'm gonna have to go to Mayweather personally. I don't like Mayweather, but I feel like Pacquiao doesn't have it in him anymore to beat Mayweather. And if it were to come down to the cards, Mayweather would win by technical score because Mayweather is one of the best technical fighters out there. So you don't. Point is, you don't want to go technical with Mayweather. And Pacquiao, if he were to win, he has to win decisively, and I mean aggressively, because if he gets technical, he's not going to win. He either has to knock him out or beat the living censored word out of it. I don't know if I'm allowed to cuss yet or not. I'm still working that stuff out. But yeah, point is, he's not really going to win unless he knocks him out or beats him up decisively. And well, all right. Well, that's plenty about that. Let's get into the battle. I just want to know what your guys' pick is. Are you guys Team Mayweather or Team Pacquiao? Just comment down below. It might not be a lot of people, but hey, you never know. All right, let's get our first battle started, and let's hope this goes good. Update on the team. Not too much. Honestly, I just had a lot of battles with the team yesterday on Battle Spot. Most went well, most went bad, but I'm really starting to see like a huge hole in this team, which is the first a lot of these Pokemon have a lot of offense, but then at some point I'm stuck with no offense on my team. And that backfires on me because I'm not able to kill a Pokemon out quick enough, and that's where I find the biggest weakness on this team is sometimes I just can't kill someone quick enough, or if I lack the speed control, I'm gonna lose. As an opponent with only 4 Pokemon, alright, so something you guys might want to know, 4 Pokemon teams, always be scared of these things. You never know what can happen, when can happen. So I'm obviously gonna open Gengar here. I'm opening Gengar and Thunderous because this way, well, actually, you gotta think that through. Never mind. I'm actually gonna open Gengar and Virizion because those are my 2 Pokemon that actually outspeed a lot of his team. And if he were to copy my Virizion, or Gengar, I'd still be able to outspeed the following turn and pick up some KOs quickly. But point is, four-man teams. All right, don't be judging because a four-man team is deadly. Maybe it's just a guy who wants to try out just these 4 Pokemon, and he might know how to use his 4 team like a pro. So I'm opening Gengar Virizion, seeing as I can hit most of his team very effectively with both of these, and I'd be more worried about where the Ditto is gonna go. Or if it comes in the late game, then he gets to pick what he gets to copy. He might actually copy my Gengar, switch into that way would affect close combat Smeargle or stuff like that. But the thing is, a Leaf Blade should knock out Smeargle anyways. Things like that. Other Pokemon to take, I really want to. I'm bringing the Mawile. No question about it. The Mawile is going to hit most of his team very, very hard. And I'm actually going to bring Suicune for taunting and paralyzing pokes. And I mean, not Suicune, Thunderous. I feel like this should give me the most optimal balance as he opens Heracross and Liepard. Liepard has one of two options. It can fake me out here. Um, I feel like he might predict me to do something to protect Virizion and taunt the Gengar. But I'm actually still going to Will-O-Wisp the Heracross because when that thing gets in its Mega Form, it is deadly. And I'm actually going to do that. I'm going to protect with Virizion. Normally, I would go for a more aggressive play, but as I find out yesterday, when people expect you to protect, you better protect. Yeah, see, oh, as it faints. Oh, wow. As the assist Dark Void, I did not think that through. Ooh, forget about the feint. That can cost me right there. I still need to try and get a Wisp off. Thankfully, Gengar already took his first turn of sleep, and Virizion didn't. So I just gotta keep protecting. Thing about sleep turns is it's rather hard when you wake up. So you're guaranteed turn 1 of sleep, and Heracross going for the Thief there. Wow, this is quite the unconventional Heracross set. My opponent is really just going for unconventional here, as I really need to get this off. Seeing now, since Gengar's taken 2 turns of sleep, Gengar now has a 50% chance to wake up this turn, being that turn 1 guaranteed sleep, turn 2 75, turn 3 50%, turn 4 automatic wake up. And I really need to get this Wisp off, and I might not be able to win, as Virizion now has a 75% chance to wake up. I mean, a 25% chance, you know. So those are the turns that's be staying asleep. As Razian stays asleep, of course, RNG God, RNGesus, as is called, and he does go for the thief. But the Heracross is burned, and I am now less worried. I am actually going to send out my Mawile because he might Dark Void here. But now Virizian's at a 50% chance to wake up, and I can close combat the Liepard. And I'm actually just going to attack with Play Rough, or better yet, Ironhead. Ironhead should hit just about everything evenly. I'm just going to Ironhead the Liepard, and I can't close combat yet. I'm on an Encore. So I'm actually going to protect with Virizian for once. Seeing as if I wake up, he's focusing. He's going for the Focus Punch. Assist Dark Void and double asleep. The Focus Punch should not do too much. I mean, he is intimidated plus a burn. But still, I'm gonna see, and I'm still under Encore, ain't I? At least I'm guaranteed to wake up this turn. But this guy might just straight up beat me out like this. I mean, these unconventional methods, once again, I'm not a big fan of them. As he transforms into the Mega Mawile. And my Encore does end. He hits Mawile with the Focus Punch once again, but he is burned, and I am not loving this at all. Thing is, I don't know if Ditto copies your speed stat or what exactly happens here, but there's a full speed Mawile, and I'm a little worried here. I'm actually gonna try and take out the Heracross. I know he might Sucker Punch me, but I don't got much of an option to get back into this. It is gonna be a real pain. And there's nothing I can do. I'm pretty much lost this battle. I'm calling it a loss. I never forfeit though, because you never know what can happen, and I'm just like more so annoyed. Yeah, as my opponent gets to protect there, and he KOs Virizian. You know, I am really annoyed by this. Like, I'm sure my opponent probably thinks he's some type of god for pulling this off. And sometimes they get rather like trolly, because there's people of troll teams out there. And yeah, these four are strong, but I'm still pretty new to the game. So, good example would be like, you know, face me off, plenty fine. But if you face someone else off, this might not even work on someone else, and we'll find out his rating once he beats me. But personally, there's players that are just like way better than me, and those guys just obliterate me. As I actually might be able to get back into this, as I missed the Play Rough. Wow, it's just not on my side today. Feint's not going to do much of anything to this guy, as I'm actually going to... How much would a Sucker Punch do? Probably not enough to KO, but we need to start getting some damage off, I guess. But I'm actually going to double up into the Ditto slot. This might be enough to take it out. If he does get the Sucker Punch off, as he goes for the feint once again, I hit the Thunderbolt, and Ironhead should, yeah, because Ditto does not have the same amount of HP, my bad on that. See, that's the thing. Ditto may have your same defensive stats, but HP is what matters, and there's no way it has the same amount of hit points as your Pokemon would. So you should still be taking quite a bit of damage as the Liepard comes back in, and I'm actually going to protect, and it's faster than me. What am I saying? It is faster than me. I'm actually gonna go for the Sucker Punch, and let's just hope I get some damage off. Actually, feint. I don't understand how feint is classed sometimes, so I'm just gonna Thunder Wave the Liepard, and maybe I'll get away with it. He should still win this fairly easily, and I'm assuming that Smeargle also has Transform on there. Yeah, and I'm gonna lose Mawile this turn. Yeah, and there goes the Mawile. Boom goes the Dynamite. Heracross should not have too much that can actually hurt me. So now I actually have a chance to wake up this turn. Liepard can go for Encore, things like that. As he goes for the feint, I'm asleep still. Liepard has knockoff, foul play, things like that. Knocks off my Citrus Berry. Alright, I'm gonna Thunder Wave that Liepard because I really need to take care of that Pokemon. As he protects, and yeah, I wake up, hit the Thunder Wave off, but now that was a very smart move by my opponent. As the Smeargle should be coming in, and I highly doubt I can win this, seeing as they both have the Dark Void. And does assist work like that? Because there's no more Pokemon in the back, so can he assist the Dark Void? I'm not 100% sure on that. I don't know much on assist because it is rare. I still don't understand how most of these guys will get an assist off. So I'm actually going to taunt the Liepard and hope it goes for a knockout. It goes for the Encore. As I Thunder Wave Liepard, and Smeargle should just transform into me, yeah, because I'm assuming these Pokemon have no, as I can't do anything anymore because he's not Thunder type, Electric typing. But yeah, I'm assuming that Liepard has no attacking moves. Honestly, that's technically what it looks like to an extent. And my opponent picks up the win against me, and GG to my opponent. As he is actually a higher rated, I'm assuming this is catching a lot of people off guard. And I don't know, it's just something unconventional, but like I said, there's other teams that would have handled this better. Like, I still don't know all the weaknesses with this team, because it is a relatively new team to me still. Like, I've only had the team for like a week and a half, contrary to like the Mega Salamence team that I actually used for about 3 months. That team took me 3 months to build and actually got really, really good as I perfected the team. So this team is still rather new, and I don't want to throw it away. Like, I know it's been on a losing streak to an extent, but I don't want to throw this team away because I feel like I can work around it and make it stronger and know where it hits harder. Like, I keep feeling like the odd man out is the Gengar, but the Gengar is the core essential to the team, and he hits a lot harder than he should be doing. So I don't know where the issues are. Maybe I might have to switch out Suicune, or maybe I should go for a more offensive Thundurus. You know, it's just things like that. I love the bulky Thundurus, but maybe if I had an offensive Thundurus, I could, like, you know, pack on the Grass Knot instead of or keep it. No, I need to keep the taunt, but you know, put Grass Knot on there, Thunderbolt, Hidden Power, Ice, things like that, just to get some more damage off. All right, well, let's look for a second battle, and I'm probably gonna be running some changes to this team a bit more, you know. Or maybe other changes like find more offensive Pokemon or a different Tailwind setter. Maybe like, say I drop Thundurus, drop Suicune, bring in a Zapdos and like a competitive Milotic instead. Something like that might actually change the team dynamic up quite a bit. And you know, so expect changes to the team soon. You know, I'm really debating what will make the team a little bit stronger, seeing as I have just about everything this team needs in my inventory in my real game. And this is one of the few teams that I actually have available in my game. A lot of times you don't have every Pokemon, as my opponent has a full shiny team here. So Trevenant's obviously a Harvest set. Question is it Lum or Citrus? Other than that, I'm not too worried. Or it could also be a Perish Trap team in disguise, seeing as it's got Gengar, Whimsicott at the core, or a double Mega, seeing as most likely a double Mega team. So I'm actually going to open with the Gengar. And I'm taking the Heatran, seeing as I saw this work really effectively. And Gengar can switch out of this and I can bring in more offensive Pokemon. And I'm going to take Thundurus and Mawile here. And that's probably my best options here. Well, I want to take the Mawile because I feel like I can hit the Terrakion. Actually, other than the Terrakion, let's all hit. So I'm going to take Virizion since he can hit just about everything else. And let's hope this goes well because I am a little worried about this team. I might go 0 for 3 today, guys. As he opens Charizard and Whimsicott. Alright, not the worst opening actually. As I'm actually going to Icy Wind. And I'm aware he's going to go for the Tailwind. So I'm actually going to Icy Wind and Heat Wave. And that should kill the Whimsicott off. Thing is, I don't want Whimsicott in there. Because if he does have Terrakion in the back, he can beat up the Terrakion. And as we all know, once you get that combo off, it's pretty hard to stop if you can't outspeed Terrakion. Especially when paired up with a Tailwind. So a good example would be like he does a Tailwind, protect the Terrakion first turn, and then he gets to beat up the second turn, and now you just can't stop him, or vice versa. As he actually protects, interesting. He's probably gonna go for a Heat Wave or maybe a Hidden Power ground into the. He goes for the Heat Wave as my Sash procs, and I get my Heat Wave, my own personal Heat Wave off, and I missed apparently. Yeah, well you know me, I'm a misser. So I'm gonna go for the Icy Wind again and get off another Heat Wave. I'm trying to score some damage here. He might go for the Protect Tailwind play. Charizard being a bit slowed is actually gonna help me out a lot. And another thing is, as he goes for the Tailwind, there it is. The Icy Wind hits both opponents. Should. And Charizard should go for his, as my Heat Wave actually goes first. So this is really good. Charizard being at half speed, and I keep getting a Flash Fire boost. So now Heatran's actually hitting these heat waves at like 2.5 times the damage. Because, okay, not only does he get stab plus the sun, but now he's got the Flash Fire boost on top of that. So that's essentially 2 times the damage plus the sun. So I don't know how to do my math correctly on that. It's between 2.5 and 3 times the damage with these heat waves. Now he does have a Virizion in the back. I mean, he has a Terrakion. But I'm actually going to bring my Thundurus, because Thundurus in next, and leave Virizion for the last. Because I can actually take out Charizard way before I take out anything else. And the Charizard is at half speed, effectively neutralizing the Tailwind. So, from what I can tell, it's probably a bulky Charizard. If he turned out sped, it's most likely a bulky Charizard. So, my opponent? Or is this still me, huh? I am sending in Thundurus. Yeah, that's my bad. I was double checking here. As I'm actually going to... Gengar can't do much. He really can't. I'm going to Thunder Wave the Gengar and send off another Heat Wave, which should KO the Charizard. And do quite a bit of damage to this Gengar. And effectively, if I can stall out the Tailwind into the Virizion, it's almost game. Yeah, there goes Thunder Wave off. As he goes for the Wisp, I don't know why he's going for the Wisp. He goes for another Heat Wave. Quite a bit of damage, but I'm immune to these. I don't know if my opponent's aware of that right now, as it's not even the Sashed Gengar. It was probably a Mega Gengar. As I am feeling pretty confident going into this last turn. It might just be Terrakion, could be Thundurus, it's a Trevenant. Oh, wow. As I'm actually just going to paralyze the Trevenant to find out what it is, and I'm going to Heat Wave, should be a win here. There's no way he can stop me. He just gave the Heatran too much power. And I was prepared for a Terrakion there. Why my opponent did not bring Terrakion, I don't even know. Would have been the best choices to get the Parahax with the cream of the corn, you know. Cream of the corn. Cherry on top, you know. As that works out great. Alright, GG to my opponent, as we find out he's relatively new. And let's get one more battle off for today. Wow, that was a lot easier than I expected. You know, sometimes you think you know what you're bringing, sometimes you just bring the wrong Pokemon. But either way, I feel like I had an option for every one of my opponent's teams, as we got a Mono Water team. Mono Water. Alright, okay, so I know Gengar opens rather effectively against most of these teams because he can't touch Gengar with a Fake Out, and I can get Will-O-Wisp off and other things. Gengar Thundurus is probably the most tempting thing, but I'm actually going to open Gengar Virizion, seeing as I can hit most of his team rather effectively with a Leaf Blade, seeing as he lacks the power to knock me out. And no question even about it. No Heatran. No Heatran whatsoever here. Question is, you know, I'm going to bring the Mawile to get some quick Sucker Punches off if needed. And, you know, sometimes you can predict your opponent to do other things. And obviously Thundurus is going to be my last poke here, because I don't have much of another option other than to paralyze half of these things. So that's the beauty of a Prankster Thundurus. You get that Prankster Thunder Wave off. And other things like that. And, you know, I feel like I really need the Thunder Wave because speed control is such a necessity to this team, as he opens Polyludi, the rather common opening. Now, most people at this level will essentially double up into the Gengar slot when they see one. So I'm actually going to Sludge Bomb the Ludicolo. And I'm going to protect with Virizion in case he does fake out that Virizion slot. I'm Sludge Bombing Ludicolo because I need to get... a Sludge Bomb will put it effectively into Sucker Punch KO range. And that's what I'm going for. As he goes for the Fake Out into Virizion as I planned. And the Sludge Bomb connects and actually KOs it, which means there's probably an offensive Ludicolo. Oh, wow. Couldn't have been a better turn one for me. Virizion might just run over his team. And let's pray for that. As he brings in the Omnistar. But other than the Shell Smash, there's not much it can do. And let's see. Omnistar actually has really scary special attack in rain, because its special attack is like base 115 and it also gets access to Shell Smash. So it can't hit very hard. Thing is, a Virizion Leaf Blade can KO the Politoed. So what I'm actually going to do is, yeah, I'm in a position to win now. I'm actually just going to Shadow Ball the Omnistar. And I'm going to Leaf Blade Politoed. As he goes for the Helping Hand, Ice Beam does not KO me. But it Freeze Hacks. Oh, wow, the Freeze Hacks. The Freeze Hacks are real. I'm actually just going to Shadow Ball again, seeing as that'll KO. I'm not too worried about Politoed, seeing as I got Thundurus. But I need to get a Leaf Blade off. As you know, my opponent may like forget. Oh, helping hand once again, and he goes for muddy water. Yeah, Gengar with that a focus sash coming in clutch. Hits a shadow ball, knocks out Omnistar. I am gonna send out Thunderous next, seeing as I could taunt him and other such things. And if he's got the Swampert, he's obviously gonna protect. He most likely brought King. Oh, he brought Kingdra instead. This is even better. I'm actually going to Sludge Bomb Politoed, and I'm gonna Thunder Wave the Kingdra. Slowing down that Kingdra is what I need, because a paralyzed Kingdra means he's just an Oko away. For Muddy Water connects with both. Ooh, that's a hard hitting Kingdra. I'm a little worried here. I was not expecting that to do that much damage. As I'm just gonna send in Mawile here, and let's pray for the best, because I am almost screwed here. Is that it's a fully offensive Mawile. And what more can I say? He looks like he just brought all the Swift Swim pokes. I mean, that's like what his team consists of. As a Mega Evolution should do me quite a bit here, and I'm actually gonna play rough the Politoed and try to ignore Kingdra, because I feel like even though Kingdra is the root of all evil, I need to get this damage off. As a double Scald should actually KO me here, as he is paralyzed. You know what? Can we hope for twofer? Because that's probably the only way I'm gonna win here. I'm gonna play rough. If Politoed has protect, I'm gonna laugh. Actually, back. Politoed was faster than me, so I'm gonna Sucker Punch the Politoed. And as I pick up the KO on the Politoed, can I get another pair of hacks, please? No. What am I saying? But that was a close battle there. And as I feel these battles are rather fast, I'm actually gonna get one more battle with you guys. Might as well, seeing as the last two picked up really quickly. And let's just go straight for another battle. I was only planning 3, but it is Saturday, so, you know, could be fun. Pokemon World JG. As we see a more conventional team here. Now, that Breloom has been picking up a lot of popularity recently, and I'm seeing a lot of Lapras, too. So, you know, sometimes there's like these common trends. I'm going to open up with the Gengar, seeing as he can use Rage Powder with the Volcarona. I get some quick spread damage. And I can hit almost anything on this team rather hard with that Gengar. Question is, what's his second Pokemon going to be? But I'm still going to open Virizion, because I feel like Virizion hits just about anything he has hard, except for the Aegislash. And I could, like, I can't get Spored. Rage Powder has no effect on grass types, for those of you wondering. Yeah, that's kind of one reason to always bring it. And I feel like he's scaring out my Heatran. And that's very smart of him. But I'm actually going to take Thunderous, seeing as I can taunt, Hidden Power Ice, and Thunder Wave most of his team effectively, and hit a Thunderbolt off on that Lapras. And for my last Pokemon, I'm actually going to bring... Mawile does actually not do that bad. So if I can take care of that Volcarona, Mawile should run over his team. As I hear honking outside, wondering what that is, but it's no one near us. Happens from time to time, you know, where you hear honking, but it's actually not at your house, it's at your neighbor's house. And my opponent is taking his time here. Hopefully it all goes well. And hopefully this battle is fun. As you guys can see what I mean about the team being on a losing streak. I feel like most of the time it is just me. I'm maybe not feeling too good with the team sometimes, or maybe I'm just burnt out of playing. It just happens. So it is good to take a break from time to time. From any game you play. Good example is in Pokemon. A while back I had to take about a month off. I wasn't feeling it too much. The game was pretty bad. I mean, it's not that the game was bad. It's just I had trouble adjusting to the meta because I had not been playing in a while. So because I hadn't played in a while, or played too well anyways, I was like burnt. My brain could not adjust to the new meta, and the meta is ever changing. But I feel recently the meta's had a lot of changes to it, because when it first started, it was pretty straightforward. Every team had a Mega Salamence, or every team had a Mega Kangaskhan. Anything other than that, you'd completely overpower. But now all these people are developing all these new teams with these new metas, and it's getting rather effective, as my opponent is still picking his team here. I'm actually going to start the timer, maybe put some pressure on, because I do not have too much time to record today. I set off a little time block to record. And hopefully he starts picking his team, because I don't want to be stuck here waiting all day either. And I did go for a 4th battle because I'm still within my time slot. And I mean, you guys understand, you know, videos, I gotta process the audio so that it sounds better quality for you guys. So, you know, when you guys notice that maybe the audio isn't too bad, because I try to make sure you can hear it, because I notice some YouTubers, when they're talking, you can barely even hear what they're saying, even though your volume is all the way up. So I try to amplify my audio. I don't really filter it out too much because I feel like to an extent it's not really needed. So I try to keep it within a reasonable time frame and other such things. And like not time frame, I mean within a reasonable aspect. As my opponent is really annoying me. I don't know what's the problem. Um, you should have more than enough time to have pick your team because it's really not. It really doesn't take that long to pick your team. And in VGC, you're only given like 2 minutes to pick your team, anyways. So it's easily been more than 2 minutes. And in retrospect, this guy's 4 Pokemon would have been picked at random for him. So I don't know what he's doing here. I think he's just trying to annoy me. From time to time, you do get those trolls. Like a good example is when I've battled before, I've run into people that legit take the 2 minutes to pick, and they take the entire minute and 30 seconds to pick their attacks. Granted, in VGC, if you go to a regional event, the timer it's set to a different timer, so you only have 15 minutes. But sometimes they will stall out those 15 minutes if they know they have more health than you, which really annoys me because that just contradicts the spirit of the game. Like, get your move off, get your attack off. Show that you can outsmart me, not that you want to win on a technicality. Because for me, that's like winning on a bye. I hate winning on buys. I'd rather lose to someone than win a bye round. Yeah, he's taking his entire time here. I don't get what his problem is. I hate when they do this. I really do. And I'm not looking too forward. 20 seconds. So I'm assuming my opponent's already got his team picked or something. Because if you don't have time to battle, just forfeit. And, I set this time slot aside. And this guy's going to lose due to inactivity. I swear. It's going to be very annoying. And I would hate to show this to you guys, but unfortunately I don't have the capacity to cut this out right now. As I win due to inactivity. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm not even going to cut this out. I'm just going to go for another battle right after this. And promise you guys that 4th battle. So, yeah, here we go. Finally, a quick reconnect and a quick find of an opponent. And let's see what he got. What he has. Try to get this 4th battle off. And hopefully it all goes well. Alright. It's a Mega Gardevoir team. That Arcanine core is pretty scary sometimes. Once again, though, I will open out with the Gengar, seeing as he doesn't have much to counter Gengar. And I actually want to open Gengar and Suicune, because I can Ice Beam and Scald most of his team. I would be worried about the Wash Rotom, but I'm actually going to bring Virizion for that. That's probably the only Pokemon I need to bring Virizion in for. But other than that, that's probably about it. And I will be taking Mega Mawile since I did bring Suicune. I can get a Tailwind off and outspeed his entire team. Unless he's got a Trick Room core, but I doubt he's got any Trick Room here. As my opponent is ready for this, let's hope it goes well. I'm not trying to take too long with these battles, but as my opponent picks his Pokemon quickly, as it is a perfect opening for me, I am actually loving this. Because the Intimidate does not affect me whatsoever. I'm going for the Icy Wind. And I'm actually going to get the Tailwind off. Because he might switch out that Arcanine. Or maybe he'd go for a Snarl as well. But this Icy Wind should do over 50% to that Garchomp. And whatever he switches in is going to be slowed down by 1 speed stage. So honestly, my guess is, since he brought the Arcanine and Garchomp, his other 2 are most likely Gardevoir and Wash Rotom. I feel like he didn't bring Lucario, seeing Mawile, and all these other Pokemon. Lucario would be odd, and same thing with Meowstic. I mean, he could have the Meowstic as well, but I feel like maybe he didn't bring Meowstic to this battle, as he protects, actually. And I get my Icy Wind off, and it misses? Oh, wow. And he does go for the Snarl. Damn you. But I get my Tailwind off. So this is not bad at all. And I'm actually going to repeat that turn. Icy Wind and Ice Beam. These 2 combos should pick up the KO on the Garchomp. I want the KO on the Garchomp because a Garchomp is rather troublesome to my Mawile. And I need to pick up the KO on the Arcanine as well, as Helping Hand goes off. But I get the Icy Wind off, and as that does quite a bit of damage, slowing down the Garchomp. The Ice Beam should KO from that range, yes it does. And I took out the Helping Hand Pokemon. See what else he brings in. I might need to switch out the Suicune here. Because I need Suicune special. As it is the Wash Rotom. I'm actually going to Sludge Bomb the Arcanine here. And I'm going to switch into Verizian, predicting him to Thunderbolt the Suicune slot. And hopefully he does Thunderbolt that slot, because I'd be better off. As I get the Sludge Bomb off, not doing a lot of damage, and he does Thunderbolt the Suicune slot. That is perfect. And he goes for a Snarl, and I'm going to get a Justified boost on that prediction. That is a perfect turn right there. As Verizian's special attack drops, but because of Justified, his attack is going up one stage from getting hit by a Dark type move. Now, believe it or not, a Stone Edge will KO Arcanine from this range. And I'm actually going to withdraw the Gengar out. And I want to withdraw Gengar, but you know what? It doesn't really matter at this point, because I got Suicune Mawile in the back and I get set up for the win. So I'm actually just going to Sludge Bomb the Wash Rotom and Stone Edge the Arcanine, because he might predict me to Leaf Blade. So I'm going to try and take out the Arcanine this turn. I'm just getting some damage off. Basically, Verizian can sweep his team from here, because it's got a Life Orb and a +1. So that was actually a really, really good turn for me. I did not expect him to re-Snarl. But, you know, why not Snarl, I guess, would be his option, as I'm actually going to get the Stone Edge off, KOing the Arcanine. Granted, he can get a Will-O-Wisp off, as he goes for the Hydro Pump and missing. Ooh. See, that's something I'm not a fan of. Hydro Pump, as I did guess his 4 correctly, too. I'm not a fan of Hydro Pump misses, as I'm actually just going to Sludge Bomb Gardevoir and Leaf Blade Rotom here. Or I can double up into the Gardevoir, seeing as Rotom might Protect, but this Rotom might actually not have Protect. I'm still gonna actually. I'm just gonna go for the KO. Actually, you know what? I need to focus down. If Gardevoir doesn't protect, then it lost. But I feel like it might protect here. Issue being, I am more concerned about a Mega Gardevoir here, as it actually does not protect, and this Leaf Blade and Sludge Bomb should be enough to KO. As he goes for the Hydro Pump again. See, I was worried Rotom I would get to protect wrong, but I'm actually a lot more worried about a Rotom Wash than I am. I'm more worried about the Mega Gardevoir, seeing as if I lose Verizian, I pretty much lose the battle. As I'm just going to Mega Evolve, play Rough, and Leaf Blade to win this one. As we get another fast battle off. Wow. So yeah, I am going to apologize for that, for the supposed to be for fourth battle. My bad, I can't talk right now. For the supposedly fourth battle, because my opponent did take his sweet time with all that. As the Leaf Blade connects here, and Verizian picks up the finish. So as you can see, Verizian being really powerful here in the late game. As my opponent leaves, and that was a fun battle indeed. All right, that's awesome. So I just want to thank you guys for bearing with me for that fourth battle there, and this being the fifth, because you know sometimes I guess I thought he was trying to troll me, but maybe he just left his screen open and had to leave the computer for a split second. It does happen. So thank you everyone, and I hope you guys have a nice day, and hopefully, you know, you guys get to watch that fight tonight. All right, everyone. Be back with you guys tomorrow. Hopefully tomorrow is one of my busier days, so I'm going to wake up earlier to record, and the video might be up earlier than usual. Alright guys, thank you, and see you guys soon.